Hey everybody, Taylor here. I want to talk to you about a service that can save you money. I'm talking about Flash Mobile. There's some good plans anywhere between $32 and about $75 per line. Unlimited call, text, and data. To find out more details, get with your local HCN distributor. And God bless y'all. The James A. Hendricks School of Leadership and Flash Mobile forever. Leadership, flashing with excellence.
Light shine bright everywhere we go. Music for the people, making music for the people. Light shine bright everywhere we go. Light shine bright everywhere we go.
Leadership, vivacious, full of success and beauty. Here is our latest details, independent of politics, the James A. Hendricks School of Leadership.
You know, I was wondering amongst myself whether I could safely go back to talking about the political news of the day. And I watched a little bit of TV news on Newsmax. And let's just say they were talking about some reactivity going on in the Republican Party. I was like, okay, not yet. We'll wait till January. Okay, so it's Public Affairs Tuesday. And we're not going to have another one of those Public Affairs days until the 29th of November. And so I thought, well, we're going to talk about recession. A time to grow your fortunes. And so, I know some people are saying, give me what an oxymoron. Recession? The best time to grow your fortunes? Okay, let me do some research. Give me just a second. Sometimes technology I know that sounds kind of counterproductive. Recession, that's the worst time. No, it's the best time. You're like, well, why? Because it's the best time to grow profitability. And people think, well, wait a minute. Wait a minute, you're not making any sense. Really? What about this article on CNBC about self-made millionaire, okay? You're like, it's a recession. We should be worried about our financial situations. We should be scared. Let me tell you something. As it was made clear from my broadcast yesterday, I almost had it with media. I have. Everything that is broadcast today I've almost debated whether or not to even watch the media anymore. Because so much of it is, just get pissed off or get scared. I prefer to learn my own way. And one thing this lady says, to build a 12 to 24 month emergency fund. That might be good to start out, but in some ways, if you're trying to build a fortune during a recession and you're suffering, okay, minimize high interest debt. You know, I have to agree. All debt is bad, okay? All debt is bad. Now, I love Robert Kiyosaki, don't get me wrong. I love some of his financial advice. But using debt to build assets and buy the information you need, I mean, it just sounds like an oxymoron to me. The leaders in my church, the theologians and our lead theologian have said that debt is bad. Therefore, if they say debt is bad, okay, here's something else that says, prepare to borrow money. I don't recommend that for the most part, unless somebody is willing to make a personal investment in you. But then you do your damnedest to pay that person back. Keep your credit accounts active. Now, I'm sorry, I'm not sure I even buy that. If your mortgage is close to term, renegotiate now. So many people say, oh, it's a recession. Refinance. I don't know, some of this stuff doesn't make any sense. Buy in bulk if you can afford to. Now that piece of advice I can go for. Okay? I can support that. Opt for frozen produce. Now, in some ways, yeah, I might support that. But that can present a problem. Buy from generic brands. Maybe to some extent I can think that, but I don't know. So much of this stuff that I see, oh, recession. Wait a minute, here's an article here. Let me see who it's from first. Investopedia. 3 ways to take advantage of recession. See, that's what we need to work on instead of all some of this BS here. Okay? Here's one thing I do want to say. Time to take care of the bills. Hey guys, do you want to recession-proof your assets and your life? May I offer a piece of advice? I want you to consider the possibility of investing in gold and silver. I want you to be in contact with the folks at Money Metal Exchange. I bought 2 ounces of silver from them, and I'm keeping that as a wonderful investment. Now, some people might say, no, sell it. Well, I'm not sure that's a good idea right now in these recessions. You hold on to it as a strong asset for such times as these. Money Mails Exchange, you can look up the number, Google it or whatever. Contact them or go online and buy your investment through them. You'll be glad you did. Okay, back to the Investopedia article. Oh, great. There. Recessions have always been followed by a recovery that includes strong rebound in the stock market. I'm sorry, but I'm not interested in the stock market. Okay, that's one thing that Robert Kiyosaki has said. Hey, don't invest in other people's stock. Make yourself a strong enough entrepreneur that maybe one of these days, if you want to, create your own stocks. And I even question the wisdom of that even. When the market starts to plunge, it is time to take advantage by increasing your contribution. Do you want to know the best way to grow your fortunes in recession? Here's a better one. 6 people who made their fortunes in recession. And see, it's not through the stock market. How about Michael J. Cullen? He's the founder of King Coolin Grocery. Okay, people who have bought into business systems or created business. Scott Bateman, All Star Products, the one who created Snuggle detergent. That says something. Charles Darrow, investor of the Monopoly board game. See, that's how Robert Kiyosaki learned to do grow his fortune. Rich Dad would play Monopoly with him. 4 greenhouses, red hotels. Real estate. Of course, I don't think real estate is the only system that you can buy into. Michael Burry and John Paulson, hedge fund manager. Okay, that's stock market. Stay away from. Okay, there's Warren Buffett, business magnate and investor. Okay, you can't argue with Warren Buffett if he built it. David Royce, owner of Active Environmental. I'm not sure what that is. But most of these people, it's not just investing in the stock market. Okay? If it's one thing I've learned, recession time or not, the stock market is hard to trust because sometimes that sucker gets volatile. Now, some people say, well, yeah, but you could still invest in the stock market to diversify it. That may be okay. Have you ever thought, though, for a minute? Think about this. It's recession time. And say somebody who's grown their fortune gets gutsy enough to make their company public. Okay, that sounds wonderful, don't get me wrong. Here's my concern, though. What if someone that's a competitor comes along and buys all your shares? Now, if you've got if you've got plenty of fortune where you can live comfortably and possibly start other businesses, sure. But if you think it's going to cause drama and rift in your family, don't do that. I'm doing this as your public affairs consultant, okay? Recession is a good time to grow your fortune, but it's not involving in getting further in debt. It's not involved in investing in the stock market. Okay, I get my advice from two people, Robert Kiyosaki and Dave Ramsey. I get my advice about debt from Dave Ramsey. I get my advice about the stock market from Robert Kiyosaki. Because he's like, if you play the market, instead of creating your own stock, you're toast. It's like playing blackjack. Right? See, here's the thing. What are most news outlets talking about? Oh, recession, be afraid. Let me tell you something. That is not the purpose of the James A. Hendricks School of Leadership. Listen to me. I don't want you to be afraid. Do you hear me? I don't want you to be afraid. Don't be afraid. You're tuning on the news everywhere. You think you're getting informed in the right way? What's it about mostly anyway? It has been for years, really. Shock value. On both sides of the aisle. And so I have been, when I go back to talking about politics, I have considered really and truthfully being very selective about my media consumption. I kind of hate being that way, but in many ways, so much of the media is devoted to this divisive mash talk that is enough to keep people depressed. And they think, well, that's the hook to keep some people watching. I don't know. Sometimes I think it's going to be good, and everything's going to be okay. But the voice of the media is so divided. There are some people like, yay, with the elections, yay. I'm on the Republican side in particular. Yeah, yay, let's celebrate, we won, blah, blah, blah. And others like, oh, be afraid. The party is divided. That's why I'm taking a break from talking about politics. And it's hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's been hard taking a break until January 3rd to talk about politics. Because so much of my life has been about studying politics. Political science, But the thing is, sometimes I feel like I need to take a break from that for a while and talk about some important topics of leadership. And recession's a good time to build your fortress. What about the founders? What about the founders of Domino's Pizza? Right? They built their fortunes at a time of recession. Okay, here's another company that I've come across recently over the past couple of months. It's called ACN Inc. Let me tell you something. They started in 93. What was the economic climate in 1993? It was a dang recession. Amway started in 59. In the heart of a recession. So my question to you is this. If you're willing to listen, and learn, can you not say that a recession can be a damn good time to grow your fortunes? Why not? 1983 is the heart of a national recession. My granddad, 51 years old, left the job market, which was competitive, and he formed his own front end and alignment shop. Let me tell you something. I went to his shop. I saw how he related to his clients and everything. Now, I'm not saying that my granddad was a perfect man. No. Of course not. But I have to say, I think that was the best that my grandparents really were in their life. This lady, settle down and be happy. They went from like a small shop in 83 to a big shop in 86. Of course, Granddad sold the company in 88 because, well, his health was ailing. He died in 1989 at the age of 57, but the one thing he taught me is even in the heart of a recession, you keep charging. It taught me, even in a recession, is a good time to raise your fortune. Because lots of times in prosperity, it's too hard. I mean, you don't think about it. Let me tell you something. I learned a lot in my... I'm going to be 53 in January, so let's go ahead and say I'm 53, okay? When near Thanksgiving, Christmas, I can say that I'm 53. I learned, even in the heart of recession, you sit there and whine, oh my God, it's not going to happen. Be afraid. No. I started talking like that. My parents and grandparents were like, shut your mouth. I don't want to hear it. So that's why I am the way I am today. I want to be a podcaster, yes, that analyzes the news. But it comes to a point to where, everybody's like, oh, be afraid. I just want to shut that down. Because we are in a recession. And I'll be honest with you, this inflation that we're going through, it's backbreaking. Quite a few of my friends are baffled at how much our money goes and doesn't really stay that long. But really, the huge debate is over, well, quite frankly, whose advice do we take? And this is the heart of the James A. Henry School of Leadership. I don't want you to just take my word for it, okay? Research it. I want you to check the lives of those who are self-made. If they tell you that they built their fortunes in the depths of a recession, let me tell you something. Believe it. Believe it. I can sit there and analyze politics all I want. And yes, it's a recession. And I hear so many people saying, Well, we're not doing Thanksgiving this year. Shut your damn mouth. I don't want to hear it. Okay? It's beautiful girl's fortunes. We're to make the best of it, okay? Now, I hope you enjoy listening to the James A. Hendricks School of Leadership. If you like what you hear, please subscribe. Become a part of the James A. Hendricks School of Leadership faculty. This is Jimmy Hendricks saying until next time, take care and be proactively informed. Program note, we have a special pre-Thanksgiving deal tomorrow. Something we can be grateful for. You might even hear me sing a little hymn. So guys, take care and be proactively informed. Hang in there, okay? Take care. God bless you guys.